Hello everybody. Happy Wednesday. How are we doing? How is it going? You guys all good? You guys chilling? Chilling like the villains you are? I hope you're all doing very well. Going rather well. Good. That's what I like to see. That's what I like to hear. Hello, Captain Manrings. I am very well, thank you. For all those asking. Hey, Josh, trying to kill my last hour at work. Oh, nearly there. I still have many hours of work ahead of me. But mine is painting miniatures. That's quite fun. Painting a ravening gnarl oak. Strong. I like it. I like it, Martin Spoon. How are you all doing? Tonight, we're talking Age of Sigmar. Because I've got something I want to do with Age of Sigmar. And I want to plan this in for next year. And this is something I think we should do. Collectively. As a team. I want to play an apocalypse-sized game of Age of Sigmar. I want to finally put Age of Sigmar on the map. I think 40k has its seminal moments in tabletop history, right? We're talking things like Apocalypse. We're talking massive dioramas. These things are so easy to leap off the page at you, leap off the screen. And I think, you know, that's a really, you know, there's loads of really cool stuff. But I want to do this for Age of Sigmar, and I think it needs to happen. Order versus Chaos, Death and Destruction. Yes, Vicious Goose. I want 10,000 points of Order, Chaos, Death and Destruction. Now, myself alone, I have that of death and of chaos and order. There's a few things I need to sprinkle in to finish some stuff off, but I have that. I have the order. And as for chaos, I pointed it up last night. And I have 9,900 points of Slaves to Darkness and a Regiment of Renown and Skaven. So altogether, I have 9,900 points. Now, when it comes to destruction and death, I am a little bit lacking. I think I pointed up the Flesh Eater Courts the other day. Let me just find it. Flesh Eater Courts. 3,750 points of Flesh Eater Courts, and I still need to build and paint 2 Terrorgeist, 2 Crypt Flayers, and another unit of Crypt Horrors to do that. I'm finally painting my Stormcast for a Path to Glory campaign at work. I'm kind of hooked on AOS. Carmu, I fully support this life choice. I finished some Stormcast Eternals. I finished them yesterday, and we're gonna do a little bit of work on these today, just because we've got the bases. But I finished the Stormstrike Paladors. Here they are. So these are now all done. And I think you'll agree they look absolutely fantastic. So this is a video that will be coming out soon. Now, here's the thing, guys. When it comes to Stormcast Eternals, as some of you may or may not know, I think, the biggest fan in the world. Which isn't necessarily reflected in how big my collection is, but I love Stormcast Eternals. Now, I've got all these plans and wants and desires in my head for the Stormcast. I want to... First and foremost, there's four Storm hosts that I'm currently working on putting together. Now there's a bunch of stuff I need to buy for that, which is very, very, very expensive. So, for example, for my Astral Templars, what I need to get my hands on are a Lord Aquilor, 3 boxes of Vanguard Paladors, and some Vanguard Raptors. 5 things. Right. Celestial Vindicators, says Moku Moku. Yes. So, Celestial Vindicators, I've done... Here's one for you, Moku Moku. So we've got a video for the Lord Terminos coming very soon as a Celestial Vindicator. So I've got a box of Reclusians. I ordered a box of Reclusians, and I have a box of Prosecutors. So this guy heads up a Ruination regiment of the Celestial Vindicators for me, and then plus the Dominion stuff, that puts us on a reasonable sized Celestial Vindicators army. There's a couple of other bits I need to do, like a Storm Coven. I need to get a Storm Coven, which I'm going to do out of some old Sacrosanct miniatures, because everyone else seems to have cottoned on to doing that is a good idea, so I'm going to do the same thing. So I need 290 points more for the I'm selling some Scaventide Reclusians if you want. Interesting. Where are you selling them? Do I need Reclusians? I can't remember. Travis Woodside, thank you very much for the 5 gifted War Hipster memberships, you absolute legend. I should point out, I haven't done my YouTubery details yet. We just jumped straight into this, into Age of Sigmar land. So yeah, what I've got, my plans are. Let me take you on a journey. We have an Astral Templars army, which has a heavy focus of the Vanguard Chamber within it, because the Astral Templars are known for being hunters. There's a little bit of a core of a Warrior Chamber set in there, but otherwise it's mostly Vanguard Chamber. The significant chunk of the points are in the Vanguard Chamber. We have the Hammers of Sigmar, which is mostly Warrior Chamber. In fact, it's almost all Warrior Chamber. And then we have the Hallowed Knights, which is a mix of Ruination and Warrior. And the Celestial Vindicators is going to be much the same thing, a mix of Warrior Chamber and Ruination Chamber, so that I can then create either a full Warrior Chamber or a full Ruination Chamber out of those 2 different Storm hosts. Talk about dragons, or we riot. I'm getting to that. I have a Draconif Stormwing. I need to finish this dragon and its counterpart, right? And then I will have 4 Storm Drake Guard plus 1 Storm Drake Guard, a Knight Draconis, Ionis Cryptborn, Krondys, and Karazai. Okay? Now, if I simply do the other 3 Storm Drake Guard I have here, I will have a 3,000 point Draconis Skywing. Okay? So, the plan, as it stands at the moment, 2,000 points of Astral Templars, 2,000 points of Hammers of Sigmar, 2,000 points of Celestial Vindicators, and 2,000 points of Hallowed Knights. 3,000 points of the Draconis Skywing, and I want to do 2,000 points of an Extremis Chamber. So I want to get myself a Star Drake. And I know a lot of you have been waiting for a Star Drake tutorial and been wanting one for a long time. Now I want to get one, and I want to do it. Sadly, all of this costs a lot of money. So, if you want to help out, you absolutely can do so. You can either like the stream. That's free, because if you like the stream, more people will come and watch the stream, and they'll subscribe to the channel, making my channel a lot more valuable to YouTube. Right? That's the free way. You can also subscribe if you're not already subscribed. That would be very, very wonderful of you. And if you want to support the channel a little bit further than that, because you want to see some more of these units and stuff get painted up in order to do this absolutely madcap plan of mine, then you can either super chat below, you can become a member, or you can give some members if you are already a member of the channel. All of those things, incredibly helpful, wonderful support, and I can't do this without you. And that's the YouTubery details done. I have a big spot on my nose, which is what I've just noticed. So that's fun for Josh. Then we build a massive castle to fight over. Yes. So yeah. So this is it. Now, when it comes to Slaves to Darkness, that's a slightly different kettle of fish to the Grand Forces of Chaos, because I think I actually have more than 10,000 points of Chaos, because I haven't put together the demons lists yet, because all the demons are interchangeable, right? So I haven't put together the Hedonites, the Disciples, the Blades, and the other one, Maggotkin. I haven't put together those lists yet. But I think there is a universe where we can possibly get to somewhere in the region of 20,000 points of Chaos. Especially over the course of next year. So, this is the thing, is what I want to do is, and I want to try and get it done for next year, is I want to get a bunch of people together to play in an apocalypse-sized Age of Sigmar game, to just show everybody how incredibly awesome this game is, but also in scale how great this game could be. Are you guys having issues with the stream? What are your issues? Is the quality wrong? Is it? What's up? If everyone I saw on Reddit showing off their models who clearly used one of your tutorials actually credited you, that's another 10k members right there. Oh, if only, eh? Stream all fine. Anyway, so yeah, I absolutely love this game. and I want to do everything I can to really bring it to the grand center stage, because I feel like it gets its time in the sun and then we move on, and it kind of then just sort of just kind of melts into the background, I think, behind something like 40k, especially when 40k is good, but also especially when 40k is mired in controversy and bad stuff. Age of Sigmar kind of just plugs away in the background, and that makes me sad. My dream is to have a painting video for Shalaxi Hellbane. It will happen. Shalaxi is built. It's just, you know, other stuff is more important at the moment. You've got to time something like a Shalaxi Hellbane video when it's relevant for a Chaos Demons release or a Head Knights of Slaanesh book release. Because if I just go, here's a Shalaxi Hellbane tutorial out of nowhere, it gets 200 views and no one watches it. Oh my god, it's Wednesday. Every creator is live. Ah! Yeah. Yeah. They saw how much success I was having at this time, so they've all decided they're going to do it. Hey. Wednesday's been our streaming slot for a long time. Shalaxi will be relevant with Emperor's Children coming soon. Will it, though? So this is my point, right? So with the Emperor's Children, let's say Emperor's Children comes out in March, and I spend the week before the Emperor's Children stuff comes out painting Shalaxi Hellbane and not a new plastic Fulgrim. If I put out the Shalaxi Hellbane video on that day, even less people will see it because everybody's off wanting to watch Fulgrim. You see what I mean? And then that video gets lost in the weeds forever. No one ever sees it. Thoughts on Warcry? Warcry's great. Warcry's great. Is a great game. It's really fun. It goes down smooth. I 100% would encourage you to check out Warcry. Not only does it have a beautiful model range, of which a lot of it is designed specifically for Warcry and then ported back into Age of Sigmar, the game just works brilliantly. Thoughts on Blood Bowl? I've played Blood Bowl like 3 times in one day and really enjoyed myself. And I could see how deep that game can go. I think it is very fun. The problem is I think for Blood Bowl and for a lot of the specialist games, you need a group of people that have the similar skill level to make the game interesting. Because if you are really passionate about something like Blood Bowl and no one else is, you're going to spend all your time doing intro games. And if you spend all your time doing intro games, they won't enjoy it, because if you don't know how to do an intro game, you'll continually smash everyone. Same thing for Warcry, same thing for Kill Team. I remember playing this version of Kill Team very early on, and a friend of mine was like, yeah, no, I'll teach you how to play the game. And I was like, yeah, cool. And I sat down with him with some Space Marines that he lent me, and he used his it was Scions, I think. It was a Scions list where everything had plasma guns. And it was over in 2 games. He was like, see, that was really fun. I was like, that was the worst game I've ever played. Because I don't think you know what you're doing when it comes to teaching somebody how to enjoy your game. What you've done is really enjoyed beating somebody who doesn't know how to play the game. I want to do my Blades of Khorne army paint scheme like the Red Corsairs paint scheme in 40k, but I can't find a good video that A, uses just GW paints, and B uses contrast paints. Do you have any recommendations? I don't know how different red Corsairs are, to be honest. Let me look at them. It's just quite a bright red, isn't it? To be honest, I'd say check out any of my World Eaters or Blood Angels videos. That'll get you most of the way. Yeah. I have 3,000 points of FEC, 2,000 points of Soul Blight, and hopefully at Christmas 2,000 points of Belmont. Bayamat? Right. So, part of this big Age of Sigmar dream is I have to finish some bases, which I know is not exactly the most riveting of content, but we need to do it. So I've got a Memorian I need to finish, and I've got to do these Stormstrike Paladors as well. Belmont would be great against vampires. Yeah. I only read out your Belmont because Alice and I are watching Castlevania. It makes me so happy that we're watching Castlevania. But yeah, it's great. Oh my god, Tuft time, my fave time. Well, it's dry brush time first, but then it's tough time. Are you watching Vox Machina? No, I haven't watched any of that yet, and I will do at some point. I love that you made me watch it. It's best show ever. I love it. I love that Castlevania show. Alfarius Omegon, thank you very much for becoming a member. You absolute legend. Puts us on 438. Okay. Let's just get a little bit of Tyrant Skull action on, shall we? I took way too much Tyrant Skull off my brush that time. Guys, relax. You can all be Alfarius. That's what the law says. Alfarius was inside you all along. Wait. It's not that kind of stream. 40k after dark is Liam's thing. Well, we'll just call this War Hipster before dark. So I have to do this Memorian as well. What are you using for the dry brush? This is Tyrant Skull. My favourite dry paint in the entire universe. The day Games Workshop discontinues Tyrant Skull will be a very sad day for Warhipster Towers. That's why we must all continuously buy pots of it. That way they never stop. Alright, next one. Thinking of buying the Scaventide box soon. I would endorse that decision. I think it's a very, very good box. I kind of need, like... I need another box of prosecutors. I need a bunch of Vanguard stuff. And then I need to divvy up my Sacrosanct models into 3 Storm Covens. And then we're good to go on that front. I also need to figure out how it is I'm going to finish off the Celestial Vindicators. I could just go with... I might get another Knight Azeros and just paint it as... paint it as a Celestial Vindicator. The trouble is, I've got so many plans for things that I need to actually finish some in order to create the space for me to be able to think and figure out the stuff. And, like, mercifully, for the Hallowed Knights, I'm done. I don't need to add any more Hallowed Knights, at least for now. There may be some more Hallowed Knights in the future, depending on, you know, AOS 5 or whatever happens. But for now, we're done with Hallowed Knights. Helpfully, because just before Scaventide dropped, I did that clearing the backlog of the Hallowed Knights video. Where we painted up some Vindictors, some Annihilators with Meteoric Grandhammers, some Quest to Soulsworn, and some Vigilors as well, I believe. And then we added the box contents of Scaventide to the Hallowed Knights, and we ran off into the sunset, skipping giddily. Any plans for Anvils of the Heldenhammer? So I would like to do an Anvils of the Heldenhammer Extremis Chamber. So I'm talking Stardrake and Dracothian Guard. Stuff like that. That would make me happy. Because I had a big Anvils of the Heldenhammer army. But I sold it. AT, thank you very much for the £5. Thank you for your incredible tutorials. I'm working on a Lumineth Realm Lords Force for the Nottingham GT, and they're an absolute godsend as I'm ultra colourblind. Oh, thank you very much, AT. I'm glad I could help. And Dan Elliott, thank you very much for the 1 gifted War Hipster membership. You absolute boss. Well, would you look at that? We're on 439. A mere 30 subscribers away from 469. Okay, that's the dry brushing element of tonight's stream done. If I could drop 30, I would. I know you would, Dan. That's very kind of you. So we need tiny dry green. Oh, we don't need the beige. We need dry green. And we'll go for some mixed green 6mm. It's tough time. Come on, get down with the toughness. You hobbyists, get up. Come on, get down with the toughness. So we start with the tiny dries. And I need my tweezers. Here they are. So we'll go with our wee man first. And we just put these little tiny tufts on his base because he's got a small base and not a lot of clearance. Do that. Put another one just there as well. Done. Easier. You start with the tinies. I always go big to small. So generally I will go from big to small. But for a model of that size, we don't need to start with big. Because we only need the small tiny ones. What size are the tiny ones? I keep buying what I think are tiny tufts, but they're still too big. They're literally just called tiny dry green 2mm from Gamer's Grass. So now that we've got the bigger ones, we get our 6mm mixed green 6mm base 6mm tufts. So we're going on to the Stormstrike Paladors now. Here they are. So we're going to go for like 3 to 4 of these per base. So I'm going to go one there, and we'll put another one there, and we'll go for a third one back here, something like that. And then on this one, we'll do one back here, and we'll do another one there, and we'll do a third one here, and we'll put a fourth one nearby, like so, just like that sort of thing. And then here we're going to backload this one. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3. I'm going to put a fourth one like that right next to the hoof, like that. So and then we go for our dry green 2s. With a single box, you only do leader, horn dude, and flag dude. Need to get 2 to get some lances going. So this is it, Carmoot. I need to buy another box of Stormstrike Paladors. Because I want to run a big block of 6 of these in my hammers. Which is a shame of how the kit has options in this manner. I almost would have preferred, I think I said it in my video, but I would have preferred it if the pennant, for example, was a large banner on a lance. That would have made more sense to me. How do you decide the colours of things that fall outside the Stormhost colours, like your Griff Chargers? So basically, I just kind of I looked at a lot of the reference material that we have for Stormcast Eternals, and so things like this colour scheme right here that you see before you, this is more or less exactly what I would do if I was to do a painting video on how to paint Vanguard Paladors, right? So with, you know, the ones with the lances, with the javelins and shock hand axes. So that was a fairly easy one to figure out. This one, this color scheme comes from the Stormstrike Chariot. So the Griff Chargers on the Stormstrike Chariot are this color. So I wanted to replicate it here on this one for that. And then this one comes from the Lord Aquilor. So if you look at the Lord Aquilor video, the Lord Aquilor mini, you'll see that the Griff Charger that he's on there is the same color as this. Sorry, if you've said just join, what paste stuff do you use for the base? I haven't already said. This is Stirland Mud on this one. It's my kind of go-to. Whenever you see a base of mine that's brown, it's Stirland Mud. It's always Stirland Mud. God, it's all it ever is with you, War Hipster. It's always Stirland Mud this and Stirland Mud that. And we're back to tiny now. For a variety, watch an old video that calls for Sterling Battlemire. Yeah. They don't make Battlemire anymore, which is sad. My other favourite for a long time was Astrogranite Debris, but they don't make that either. They just make Astrogranite. Hey, Aquilor. I see what you're saying there. Here we go. That looks pretty good to me. I mean, it's fine that they stopped doing Battlemire and Astrogranite Debris, because they then changed Astrogranite and Mud to be a lot more thicker and consistent, because they used to be quite thin and pathetic, the differences between the two. So I think they just went, look, I don't know why we're stocking two of these, let's just go for a midpoint and put them together. I also think there was some change in legislation about micro beads or something, which is why they couldn't make Battlemire and Astrogranite Debris as thick as it was anymore. But, you know, it is what it is. I'm reasonably happy with that. Have you tried any of the Vallejo basing materials? I have, actually. I tried out, where is it? Thick Mud, I think is what it was called. And I thought it was okay. It's just got loads of, like, sticks in it, which annoyed me. Made it harder to apply. The point I often make about all of these types of things is the reason I use a lot of Citadel stuff is, one, because I trust it, two, because I can get it. The problem with anyone else is sometimes either shipping time or availability in my local area. So, like, if I was to run out of Stirland Mud tonight, I know that I can go to the Games Workshop in town tomorrow to get a pot. I can't do that. I can't do that for Vallejo or others. And that's my circumstances. I know that's not the same for everyone. I know other people have easy access to other ones. But for me, it's like, I'm going to use the thing that I know I can get my hands on. Because knowing what my brain is like as well, if I had to finish an army using a certain basing material, but I couldn't get that basing material for 6 to 7 days, that model's never getting finished. Ever. Because I'll order it, it'll turn up, and I'll have moved on to something else. You need some sort of points card for the GW shop. Buy 8 Stirland Muds, get a small layer free. Well, they technically do that. If you buy 9 paints, you get the 10th one free or whatever. Something like that. Which we found out the other day. Something like that. Unless it was buy 8, get 2 free. I can't remember. I just flat don't remember. Right. It is time for the victory lap. Now, if only Games Workshop did a buy 9, get the 10th one free on model kits, eh? I think a lot of us would spend a lot of money just for that. And you're not saving anything. Not really. I never know where to put these. Put it there. Love your tutorials, man. Love them from France. Just brought you a coffee. Did you just use the PayPal link, Johanver? I see it. Thank you so much. That's very kind of you. Thank you. That'll do. The Ko-Fi link. Oh, well, thank you. Thank you. I just saw it. Thank you so much. And I'm glad you like the painting tutorials. I'm glad you find them useful. Well, I hope you find them useful. You might use them as a sleep aid. I know some people do that. Which is, I guess, useful. It's not their original intention, but it's still useful. There we go. Victory lap achieved. Well, we've got to do a second one. Just come over from Liam's stream. How are you doing, Mr. the War Hipster? I'm doing very well, thank you, Pritters. How are you? Have you painted under his cloak? I have. I've painted under all their cloaks. When you say thinned down Retributor armor, how thinned down is the Retributor armor, and do you double coat? Should we do this live? Let's do this live. Okay. Because I know I get this question a lot, and I think it's always worth demonstrating this. Okay, we need to sort that white balance out. One moment. Okay, 1 second, everybody. Okay. That should look a bit better. Good, thanks. Built up all the good MESB models I have. Did the heroes yesterday. No sculpts, but an absolute pain, especially AMR. Yeah. 47 parts to 69 parts contrast medium. Yeah, that's about right. Okay. That's Runor Brass. That's the wrong paint. So, when thinning your paint down, what you're aiming for is a consistency whereby you're not creating canyons in your paint. So, I'm going to take a blob of this Retributor armor and I'm going to put it there on my palette. We'll even zoom in a little bit more, right? So, Retributor armor, there, no water in it. Now, if I draw my paintbrush through it, you can see how it creates two separate piles, basically. If I do that again, you see how it creates two separate piles? This is with nothing in it. This is just the paint. Now, what we want to do is we want to take our Retributor armor and pop it there on our palette. Now, you want to add water to it. So that's one part of water. And then the way to check is if I run my paintbrush through it, you should see it start to reconstitute. Now if I add a little bit more water, when I run my brush through it, it will start to kind of come back together, sort of around there like that sort of thing. Whereas this one over here, again, if I just do that sort of thing, you can see blob, 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 blob. This one over here, nicely thinned down. So what you're looking for is that when you run your brush through it, it will reconstitute itself, basically. Which you can see it's doing there. Is that for all paint from GW? Yeah. There's not an exact science to it because every paint is different, right? So if I take, for example, something like this very old pot of Karak stone, and put that there, give the brush a wash. When I do this, see that? See how big a canyon that's created just there? So now we're just going to add quite a heavy brush load of water to it. Same thing again. Perfect. Does that make sense? Does that help you all? There you go. That is the consistency you're looking for when it comes to applying paint. Oh god, that's blown out. Let me now sort that out. Much nicer. Is one coat of gold usually enough? I find that one coat of gold is usually enough on contrast primers like Grey Seal or Wraithbone, because you are always going to shade it. And then if you're following one of my tutorials, you're doing Retributor armor, then Guilliman Flesh, then Retributor armor again. You don't need to do 2 layers of Retributor armor to then shade it to then do a third. Now, if you're going over a darker primer like Mechanica Standard Grey or Chaos Black, something like that, you will need to do 2 layers because one won't be enough. You'll still see elements of the black behind it. You want to really kind of create that punch with the Retributor armor. But there you go. That is how you thin down paints. I hope that was useful. And if you found it useful, do consider leaving a like on the video. On the stream. This isn't a video. I don't remember where I started with these. I think it's this one. Or super chatting thanks. Well, yeah. You could super chat the word thanks. Or if you found it useful, you could consider becoming a member or gifting some memberships. All of these things are possible in the world of YouTube. I'm so bad at fundraising. I typically do it once at the beginning of the stream because I get embarrassed about doing it more. Last one. Don't be embarrassed. We like groveling, Josh. I was about to do a grovel then, but I don't want to be. I don't want to be clipped and turned into a meme. I see those. I see those compilations entitled "Streamers Get Caught in 4K." Chat, I'm out here busting my ass. I'm not famous enough to get onto one of those compilations, you know. There we go. Achieved. Do you do the same basing scheme for all Stormcast regardless of Stormhost? Yeah, pretty much, James, because I'm really unimaginative. Who was a member for 17 months, but I have missed it. It just says member for 17 months, Hipster. But thank you very much, Edward705, for the 1 gifted membership. That's very kind of you. And GameX, thank you very much for the 5 gifted memberships. You're incredible. Thank you so much. 445. Now we are a mere 24 away. Show us how you approach highlighting capes and cloaks after our chat the other day, as it stresses me out. What can I do to demonstrate it? Need a quick question. I'm being offered 12 old possessed models for €30. Should I do it? From other hobbyists to me. How old are they? Cameron. Cameron, thank you so much for the £100 super chat. Told you I'd pay for a Lord Aquilor tutorial eventually. Now Warlord for this New Year's annual Titan tradition. I cannot get it done for New Year's. But you funded it. We're there. Shit, this means I have to buy it now. Oh. That makes me very, very nervous. Adam, thank you very much for the 5 gifted memberships. How much is the postage? Thankfully, the postage is free. The Bellicosa is back in stock. But none of the rest of it is in stock. Oh my god. Okay. Warlord VAT fund incoming. I'm expecting all weapons magnetized options. Get out of here. Did you think the Warlord Titan was going to go away? I kind of hoped it would. I was hoping that maybe someone would say, it's alright, Josh. Don't do the Warlord. Buy a Thunderhawk instead. You'll be okay, babe. Okay. Well, look. We have a slight issue in that the Mars pattern Warlord Titan body, laser blasters, Ariok power claw, Titan head, and Bellicosa volcano cannon. They're all in the cart. However, if we just look at so that's in stock and that's in stock. However, the power claw is out of stock, the head is out of stock, and the body is out of stock. Now that is a little bit of a reprieve, because I haven't been paid by YouTube yet, so that'll have to be at the end of the month. We'll just have to buy it, I guess. Will you film making it too? I think that would be an awesome video, or maybe a series. I mean, we can try. I should really build it myself, right? Last time I got Peter Peter very kindly built the Warhound for me because it scared me. This one I should probably do by myself, right? Whoa. Oh, that's still drying. That's fine. You're technically still drying as well. Ugh. Even the head is a separate purchase, yeah. You could just buy the upcoming Warlord Titan from Legions Imperialis. Well, okay, so this was the joke I was going to make, ladies and gentlemen. This was the joke I was going to make. 1 second. Good news, everybody! We've bought the Warlord Titan! So I have a Titanicus one. Yeah, I was the 17 months up, but I didn't want to overshadow Edward's gift. Oh, thank you very much, Procrastinator. Thank you very much for the 5. That's very kind of you. Build and paint them both together in the same scheme. Don't ever talk to me or my son ever again. Yeah, we can do that. Except I think what people want is a 24-hour stream, and I'm not doing a full Warlord Titan and a little one in 24 hours. I barely got through this one. We've done it before. Except the Warlord, right, is this. Okay. But that size. The Warlord Titan is double the size of the Warhound. So when we get paid, when YouTube pays me, I will buy a Warlord Titan. Thank you, guys. Thank you, and also can you do the Warlord as Suturvora, please? What's that? Is that this orange? The orange one covered in flames? Why do you hate me? What did I ever do to all of you? I might see if I can figure out. I messaged Pete, but I know he is very busy. Yeah. I haven't spoken to Pete in a while. It's on my to-do list. I need to shoot him a text. I hope he's okay. Let's start an anti-Warlord Titan fund. A last-ditch effort to get you out of painting the Titan. Okay. Also, so if we do the anti-Warlord fund and reset it to 0. Let's convert the Warlord fund into a Manta fund. No, come on now. Come on now. We're gonna leave it like that. Two Thunderhawks and an Eldar Titan. Anti-Warlord starter. James. James, thank you so much for that $250. Oh, I can't like it. Why can't I like it? James, thank you so much. Okay, well, I'll put it in there for you. There you go. We just need £1,800 to not paint the Warlord. This is the start of the Smaug fund. Sure, we can do that if you want. Shall we just do... Oh no. Oh, for God's sake, it's copy and pasted, that's why. Anti-Warlord equals clan rats. Stop it. Travis is in the anti-Warlord support group. Thank you so much for the $50. In fact, we'll just put that as $300 because you $250 and $50 is. I would have to do add new text and then just go and then I need to remember what I've done for the rest of it. Aerial black regular. Something like that. How much is Smaug these days? £437.50. Okay. Adam, Thank you very much for the £50. Sonic like a bangwagon. Travis Woodside paints miniatures. And James Matthias. Thank you so much, Adam. That's very kind of you. Oh, hang on. Then we need the background colour to be FC 5000. There we go. No. Okay, why has that not worked? Oh. Oh, yeah, good point. Thank you. And then, because Adam's done 50, there we go. Bard the Bowman's Family Fund. Oh. Oh. Worst models in the world, you mean? If no one has ever seen these before... Why do I live? Oh dear. I haven't looked at them in a very long time. God, get those off the screen. They're so bad. Oh. Oh God. I clicked the link and looked away, and then it just appeared in front of me, and it was like a sudden surprise. It's just they are just amongst the worst models ever made by Games Workshop. Look, we can do it ourselves here. Maybe that's what I'll cosplay as next Halloween. Not this year. Next year's Halloween. Trying to get clipped? No. And screenshot. Damn it. This is how we become a meme. I knew I was trying to avoid that today. Oh God. I mean, just look. Look at them. You ready? Why do we live? It's just so bad. It looks worse when they're not painted as well. Plenty of time for us all to buy them and submit for Tales Episode 1. But this is the problem, Flying Nutley. There's 93 people watching right now. If 93 people suddenly run out and buy Bard's Family, Games Workshop will think, we've made a stunner here. We've made an absolute stunner here. Oh, if anything, we should put them in the next core box. Honestly, if we get multiple Bard's Families for A Tale of Many War Hipsters, I will cackle myself to death. I think, yeah. Maybe we'll do a Bard's Family month. I had a really we had a meeting. Yeah, because we're a serious production around here. Myself and Adam, Rez, and Rich got together to discuss Tale of Many War Hipsters Season 3. Just a couple of different format changes and things like that. We've put together a couple of really cool things. There's not too much that's changing in the format this time around, but there's going to be some really cool stuff to happen this time around. So you're going to be... Couldn't the meeting have been an email? No. No. Because I don't do emails. It was supposed to be a secret meeting. What are you, Josh? Mary Addock Brandybuck? Yep, that's me. Do you mean Peregrine Took, by any chance? Tell us, don't gatekeep. No! No. There's some prizes. You don't have to wait too long. There's things that are going to make stuff a little bit easier, I think, for everybody. It's just kind of... what's it called? Streamlining the format a little bit. It's going to be great. I'm really excited. I still haven't figured out what I'm going to do, but I'm excited. Simplified, not simple. I mean, technically, yeah. Quality of life improvements. That's exactly it. Exactly right. It was a very corporate meeting. I had a pie chart and everything. Yep, we handed out company pens and paper for people to take notes on. They did not. We discussed the upcoming... No. War Hipster official Gantt chart template. Yeah, so look, we had to crack down on the stats. We had to figure out the numbers, the movers and the shakers. You know, there was like, you know, how do we get more people involved in A Tale of Many War Hipsters? Now, obviously, the easiest thing is to bribe people. However, that relies on us having money, which we don't have. So, bribes aside, KPIs, etc. Yeah. Dynamic, integrated, multi-dimensional, agile strategies. You know my thoughts on agile. Imagine how many views a Bard's Family tutorial could get. I think it could get maybe 6 views. Maybe 6. The man we hired from McKinsey said, after extensively analysing A Tale of Many War Hipsters 1 and 2, his advice is to lower costs and raise revenues. Collected 300 grand for them. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Yeah. So unfortunately, for Tale of Many War Hipsters, we're going to have to replace Rich and Reza with a broom and a spade. And some pre-recorded dialogue in order to keep costs down. So we've had to lay off 50% of the workforce, and there is now a surcharge on compliments. So if you would like us to compliment your miniatures in our extensive packages of 5, 10, and 15 times, then you have to pay a premium for each of them. But if you pay $8.99 a month for the Battle Pass, you get access to an exclusive weapon skin for all of your miniatures. A service and booking fee to enter a model. Yeah, all of that admin takes time, you know. Pay to paint your own minis. Yeah. Exactly right. Exactly right. That's what we're doing. No, nothing as bad as all of that. Battle Pass optional. On Bard's Family, I reckon if you just had the title/cover as GW's worst model ever, you'd get loads of views. You would, and then you get a lot of people who wouldn't watch the video. They would just immediately leave a comment of what their opinion of the GW's worst miniature ever is. And I get really, really, really tired and sad when I do something like, off the top of my head, the new Sanguinary Guard, and there's just a bunch of comments saying how bad they are. I'm like, but I'm not bad. I fixed GW's worst model ever in 24 hours gone wrong. No, come on. The best thing we can do. I used this one weird trick to fix GW's worst model ever. You'll never believe what happened. Doctors hate him. How did we get onto Games Workshop? How did we get onto this? How do we end up here, guys? Even Contrast can't save these models. Yeah, but the problem is a lot of people would still say, yeah, but Contrast is shit. Kit bash it to improve it, or ruin it. That's your choice. I improved Games Workshop's worst miniatures ever. So Clan Rat Titans was what I remember we ended on, right? Apparently so. Clan Rat Titans. Not something I'm capable of, I'm afraid. It's a lot of money. You guys have been very generous raising for this. I guess this is my birthday present from all of you. Pain and suffering paying a Warlord Titan. Yeah. Well, it's all in the cart. So once it's in stock. How much for a Kremlo tutorial? What's Kremlo? Better question, paint more clan rats or Bard's family? Bard's family, honestly. Because at least it would be a meme. It's awful. It's an awful set of miniatures, but I've never done it before. Late happy birthday, 1990 boy. Oh, thank you. 26th of September. That was the date. I do need a suggestion. I'm currently painting a bust of a scarecrow and I don't know how to paint his straw hat. Any suggestions? I would probably go for something like start with a base of something like Skeleton Horde, but then use things like Agrax Earthshade, Rycliffe Flesh Shade, and Seraphim Sepia to create variation within the straw. So pick out like clumps of it in those different things, different colours. Because if you start from Skeleton Horde, you can come down a little bit easier. I love this chat. Major points update and rules changes for 40k, and we're talking about Bard's family. Well, paint 40 of Bard's family? Absolutely not. That would be the most expensive project in the world. Tells you a lot about 40k right now. Exactly. Oh, didn't mean to do that. I'm curious as to how much it would cost me to do the Stormcast stuff. Because we need another box of Stormstrike Paladors to make a unit of 6. I need a Lord Aquilor. And 3 of them. Stardrake. It's about 350 quid. Lord. I need to get some of these Stormcast armies finished. I've got that box of Reclusians coming. So Reclusians, Prosecutors. And that finishes off the Celestial Vindicators. And then we need a Domitan Storm Coven. Gonna have to start a new studio / warehouse fund at this rate of models. That is what we're going to be doing next year. So next year, when Alice and I are making moves to move, I will be raising money for said move and for kitting out the new studio. And that will probably be through a combination of some events and sales. And some raffles and whatnot. I don't know how much we need though. So we'll have to see. But I reckon if I sold probably about 1,000 of my models, it would probably get there. The slight issue with that is that you have units of 5 to 10, for example. So selling them as a model each. Would you like to buy one Khorne Berserker? Paint and sell Bard's Family. I think I could probably paint and sell Bard's Family for recommended retail price. It's not really a sustainable business model. It's kind of more of a standing still type of model, that one. £28. Sold for £28. I'll start the bidding at 30p. Exactly. I did once think, what if I sold every single miniature that I owned for reasonable prices? How much do we think I could raise? And then just kind of start again with Warhammer, as it were. But I realised that would make me very sad, because I wouldn't have my armies anymore. Amazon just delivered my Mosuo black paint. Awesome. So let me get this straight. In this fictional auction, I've spent £28 on Bard's Family and sold them for 69p to Reza. And that is how we don't get closer to our goals of having a YouTube studio. That is how we bankrupt. That's how we bankrupt the channel. I see nothing in writing, Adam. Again, a Clan Rats exchange model does not work. How many Bard's Families can you get for £2,000 instead of a Warlord? Okay, well, let's do the math, shall we? Bard's Family. I have to look it up again. They're £23. £2,000 divided by 23. 86.95652 Bard's Families is what you can get for £2,000. How do I make a Blood Angels version of Stormcast Eternals? Probably mostly flying stuff. Lots of Prosecutors, a Knight Azeros, and then I would use one of my Blood Angels tutorials, Baal Red, followed by 1-to-1 mix of Blood Angels Red and Lamia Medium over the top. Highlight it with Evil Sun's Scarlet and Fire Dragon Bright. Do the shoulders in black, is what I would recommend. Or you do just the champion's shoulders in black, and then you use gold for the trim. What chaos have I entered into? Significant chaos, Rich. we have funded the Warlord Titan, and now an anti-Warlord fund has been started, as well as a Smaug fund has been started. Which, if we diverted the funds from the anti-Warlord fund to the Smaug fund, we would be £87.50 off Smaug. But I think my bank will have serious words with me if I buy a Warlord Titan followed by a Smaug in the same basket. I genuinely think I would be in serious hot water. Hello, Peter. How you doing, buddy? What's this I hear about a warlord? Well, Peter, the story goes, on my birthday, the chat got very excited at the possibility of me painting a Warlord Titan. So we started a Warlord fund, and it has today been funded. So I now have to buy a Warlord Titan and build and paint it. I might need your help, Peter, because I don't know how to build these things after you were such an amazing lad and did the Warhound Titan. But currently, the Warlord Titan is out of stock and I haven't been paid. I haven't been paid by YouTube, so I don't have any money. How much will it cost to paint? Oh, I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to paint it. I mean, I would want to paint it as Legio Solaria again. I might have to break out my airbrush. Do your first airbrush video. Well, yeah. You'd have to get all the Gut Ripper flesh down, then a bit of the Bale Tan green over the top of it. So you'd have to get the Gut Ripper flesh down on all the panels, and then do all of the stippling up all of the panels. Because I think brush painting on Gut Ripper flesh might kill me on a Warlord. What's this I heard about a Warlord? Oh, Peter, I don't know if you heard me the first time. It was my birthday in September. And the chat got very excited at the prospect of me doing a Warlord Titan. So we started a Warlord fund. We have today funded the Warlord Titan. It's currently out of stock, but I need to buy one. And I might need your help to build it. Paint the Titan with a small layer brush front. What's the small layer brush fund? Is that how many small layer brushes it will take to paint a Warlord Titan? A significant amount of Warlords. Small layer brushes. Sorry we've been away. We've been crunching a new game and just not been up for air for a few weeks. Peter, it's all good, buddy. Ninjon did a witch elf with his own blood. Blech. So yeah, we're gonna be tackling a Warlord Titan. in the near future. What upgrades for Titans would you choose? I've already got it all in the basket. It's just all out of stock at the moment. So what everybody wanted was a Power Claw, Volcano Cannon, Power Claw, Titan Laser Blasters, Warlord Titan Body. Thoughts on the MESBG model they previewed today? Do you know, I haven't actually seen it. What does it look like? Frecker. Lord of the West March. That's interesting. It's a very cartoon looking model. I like it though, I don't hate it. We're getting ever closer to the release of The Lord of the Rings, The War of the Rohirrim and Battle of Edoras starter set. But where is it? I want it. There's a preview, isn't there, in November? Maybe we'll see more there. Better than Bard's Family. It is definitely better. Frecker? Hardly know it. Exactly. Oh wow, Peter. That's a lot. That's a whole lot of Titan. There's so many pieces. Meh. Jammy Dodger for scale. Oh yeah, I didn't even spot that. That looks amazing. So Peter, my question for you. You up for helping me out with a Warlord Titan? I'm saying that we do it together, rather than me throw a Warhound Titan at you and you do it for me. Throw in some burgers, absolutely. There we go. We have a plan. We have a plan. That was not his initial response. I can imagine. I wouldn't blame you at all for telling me where to go. If I force Adam to come over as well, 3 of us can get it built in a day, right? 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 Frecker is the peak male athletic form. So what are your dreams for AOS? Wow, Procrastinator. Yeah, we've got just about enough time left on the stream to be able to talk about this. So one thing I really want to do, and I'm going to do this next year, and the biggest dream I've had for a long time, and I'm starting to think it might be a reality, because I think we can get the people to do it, is I want to create and film an apocalypse-sized game of Age of Sigmar. We're talking 10,000 points per Grand Alliance. Order, destruction, death, chaos, and I wanna just do an enormous scale Age of Sigmar battle report. I want to get it up on YouTube, and I want to put Age of Sigmar on the map. And so for all that, at this point, right now, I could do it. I could do 2 parts of that. I could do 10,000 points of Age of Sigmar of Grand Alliance Order, and 10,000 points of Slaves to Darkness and Skaven together. So we could do Chaos and we could do Order. But Destruction and Death I don't have the models for yet. I couldn't do it just with my models for all 4 sides. But I want to do it. I want next year to be like, this is it, baby. And there's quite a bit I have to do in terms of the Stormcast Eternals in order to get there. But I do have like 5,000 points of Sylvaneth sat waiting that would be there ready to go. So Warlord Titan taking Smaug for a walk is really possible. Yes. The gaps in your paint racks are upsetting. Oh, that's because they're down here on the desk. That would be so cool. Yeah, I think we need to do it. And I think it would be a big. I think it would be a big moment for Age of Sigmar to see that. And I think I'm going to write rules to do it. And like I was talking about it a little bit with Joe, and he suggested that like you just do things like every unit has to be reinforced, so that way you've got less things that are moving around the tabletop, right? So instead of like, oh, I've brought let's say 30 annihilators, that's not 10 units of 3, that's 5 units of 6. So there's just you know, less to do. So it'd just be things like you must reinforce all units, and then like some environmental things where comets from on high come down and this, that, and the other. If you have enough like priests, you can create like a extinction level event type thing. I want to do it. In all seriousness though, Josh, I'd suggest getting the Titanicus Warlord. They build very similar and good for opposing theory. So that's my homework, is it? I've got one. I'm all good. Alright. We shall figure it out. I really want to run a sort of vampire version of Stormcast Eternals. Vampires who fight on the side of Order. I'm here for it. I like it, Korlak. That sounds cool. It sounds very cool. So yeah, it is a dream of mine to be able to do that, and as part of that, it means what I would love to be able to do is to finish off my Stormcast Eternals collection, which involves 2,000 points of Astral Templars, 2,000 points of Celestial Vindicators, 2,000 points of Hammers of Sigmar, 2,000 points of Hallowed Knights, a 3,000 point Draconis Skywing, and a 2,000 point Annals of the Helden Hammer Extremis Chamber, which would bring me 15,000 points in total of Stormcast Eternals. Where do you play? Well, that's what we have to figure out. And Rez has to build me a big castle. Sad, I've got to get back to work. Ping me some messages and we will make some plans, bud. I'm all in to help. Oh, Peter, you're an absolute lifesaver and you're a wonderful man. Thank you so much. I will. Once I get paid. Like I said, I haven't been paid yet. And it's out of stock. But it is 10:30, guys. So we're probably going to wrap things up there. I just want to say a massive, massive thank you to everybody who did a super chat or gifted members today. You guys are absolute legends. James Matthias, Travis Woodside, Adam, Pridders. Thank you very much for the membership for 3 months. I've only just seen it properly. Procrastinator, Adam, GameX, Edward, Dan, 80, Alfarius Omegon, Travis Woodside again. Thank you so much, guys. I really, really appreciate you. And thank you for funding the Warlord Titan. We now have to buy and build and paint it. Anyway, I will see you all very soon tomorrow for a painting video. Painting video tomorrow. Absolutely. Oh, and Cameron as well, of course. Sorry, you weren't on my list, Cameron. Why are you not on my list? Oh! It's because it's up there. I see. I missed it in the wrong place. Cameron, also thank you very much for that £100. Legendary. Absolutely legendary. You're the best. Best in the world. Best audience ever. And I appreciate you all. Here is the hand of farewell. And I shall see you all very soon in the next one. Painting videos tomorrow. Have a good one, guys. Bye for now. Love you. Bye.